Alright guys, you guys are into the drill. With the brand new Season 6 COD update just coming out recently, this means that a bunch of brand new buffs and nerfs are officially out. And with this, we're going to be going over the top 7 best guns that you guys can use to rank up and get #1 on that leaderboard. So make sure you guys keep watching. Let's get straight into the action. Alright, so you guys are into the drill. Before we do get onto our official top 5 list of this new rank season, we're also going to have to go over the 2 honorable mentions. And for our first honorable mention, we of course have the BP-50. Now, this is actually one of the newer guns that they just introduced in the Season 6 COD update. But I already know that this is going to be a top 3 AR for this season. But because of the fact that it just came out, I'm not really too sure on how it's really going to work out. But I did want to get this video out for you guys as soon as possible, just so you guys have an idea of what guns you guys should use and shouldn't use for this rank reset. Now, the good thing about this weapon is not only the fact that it has a high fire rate that can compete up against those SMGs, it's the fact that it also has a bunch of damage multipliers that you guys can basically put on the weapon based off certain attachments, which is a really good thing about this weapon. And with that being said, we are going to be going to our next honorable mention for the best gun that COD Mobile has to offer in Season 6. Now, for our next honorable mention, we have the KM44, and I know this might be a surprising one for you guys because of the fact that this weapon hasn't really been in the meta, let alone a gun that anybody used in the past year. But I'm guessing COD Mobile decided that it was time for the KM44 to finally get a buff, and that is what they did. They ended up increasing the bullet impact for this weapon, which means the flinch is going to be absolutely insane if you do get shot with this weapon. But on top of that, they also increased the chest multiplier for this weapon, which means not only is this gun going to be able to kill faster, but the overall damage input with this gun is going to be a lot better when you go up against those close range SMGs or even those long range fights. If you guys want my build, it's going to be up on the screen right now. I would definitely recommend using this one right here. I've been using this since like even 2 years ago when this gun was meta. So yeah, make sure you guys have fun and let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below. Alright guys, so now that we're done with our honorable mentions, we're going to be starting off with our official top 5 list. And coming in at number 5, this might be an obvious one. It is going to be the Fennec. It is basically the king of all SMGs and will be for a while until COD Mobile decides to nerf it. But this gun right here is very special because not only is it really good at close range, but it is definitely one of those SMGs that you guys can trust to use at those mid-range battles. And on top of the range that it has to offer, it also has great mobility, great recoil control, and the time to kill is super duper fast compared to all the other SMGs. So I would definitely recommend using this. And if you guys want a build, of course, like I mentioned, it is going to be up on the screen right now. Let me know what you guys think, and let's get into our gun number 4. Coming in at number 4, we have yet again another AR. And if you guys haven't caught the gist yet, this is pretty much a heavy AR meta, and it has been like that for the past 2 seasons, which is very fortunate for us SMG players. But besides that, this Odin setup right here is definitely going to be one of those builds that you guys are going to absolutely love. Not only does it have a 2-tap potential like the SKS, but it can actually compete up against those close range battles, up against those weapons such as the Fennec, the Switchblade, and the CBR4, which in my opinion is absolutely insane because of the fact that it's an AR. But if you guys do want a great build that's good for every single range, no matter if it's short, mid, or long, and has high accuracy, great recoil control, and high sorts of mobility, this is definitely the build that I would recommend. It's definitely one of the fun guns in my opinion. And with that being said, we are going to be going into our number 3 weapon of this season. Coming in at number 3, we have the beloved weapon that every single pro player from China uses, and it is for good reason. This is by far the closest thing we'll get to a hybrid version of an AR SMG and basically a shotgun mix into one because of how fast it can kill close range. But this weapon right here has a 4-shot potential alongside with SMG mobility like speeds, a high rate of fire, great accuracy, probably one of the best when it comes down to an AR. And on top of all that, it is great at any single range in any single fight, no matter if you're going up against a sniper, an LMG, a shotgun, an SMG, or of course another AR, which is the best ability that this gun has to offer. Now, there are a bunch of variations that you can use with this weapon because of how versatile it is, but if you guys want my build, which I have been using for a very long time now, especially in the event that I played back in Brazil, this is the build that I would 100% recommend. It is by far the best. And with that being said, let's get on into gun number 2, which is, of course, going to be another surprising one for you guys. Now, I'm not gonna lie, when I said that number 2 was gonna be surprising, I pretty much lied. I just was yapping just to yap. But this gun doesn't really have much to say about it itself. You guys already know why it's such a good gun, and if you guys don't, I'm going to tell you guys why. This weapon actually has something to offer us, which is called an OTM mag. And pretty much what this OTM mag does is that it basically offers us the ability to 3-shot anybody from any range, which kind of gives us the ability to basically shit on anybody who has an SMG or a shotgun. Which is the fun part about this weapon. Now, if you guys don't believe me, this gun is so good to the point where people in the competitive scene and the Call of Duty Mobile admins themselves decide to ban this attachment from competitive, which means we can't use it, but that means that you guys can definitely abuse it in rank while you can and before this weapon gets nerfed, because like I mentioned, this has been meta for a very long time. So sooner or later, COD Mobile is definitely going to nerf this weapon. So with that being said, if you guys do enjoy this setup, and let's get on to gun number 1. Now for our last and final gun of this video, we of course are going to have the HVK, specifically the HVK with the large caliber ammo mag. Alright guys, so coming into our last and final weapon for this season, and of course the number 1 gun for COD Mobile, it is going to be the HVK, specifically the HVK with the large caliber ammo. Now this once again was such a good weapon and such an overpowered mag to the point where it got banned from competitive, just like how the DRH OTM mag did. But yeah, on top of everything else, this weapon once again has great time to kill, great range, great accuracy, and by far one of the fastest killing weapons in the game, especially because of the fact that it has a 2-shot potential if both shots hit the head. So make sure to use this and abuse it while you can. This is the setup that I would recommend. And with that being said, if you guys did enjoy the video, let me know what you guys think about my top 7 guns list, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.